Hello everybody, it's Olive, the color here, and today I'm going to be going over how to dress your LPS. This is likely going to be a very short video and probably won't help that many people because a lot of people already have a system as to how they do it, but I thought it might be helpful for some people, and also I'm kind of easing back into making LPS videos, so here we go. So I'm going to start by using my mascot here, Layla, as my example. So I think one of the most important things when dressing an LPS is the colors you choose. I would say the most important color to pick from would be any accents that your LPS, like their paint job has. For example, Layla has this pink little flower. I wanted to choose a very similar pink and I chose this. And it also ties in with the color inside her ears. And if your LPS is just one solid color, I would say your second best option, or this is also just a good option generally, is the eye color. And an important thing to know about both of these colors is to not stray too far from them. For example, going with this pink here, if I chose hot pink, that stands out a lot, and that could be good depending on your character, but like it's overall a little bit tacky. Or how this eye color here is a blue that's a little bit more on the purple side. If I chose a blue that was a little bit more on the greener side, it would look like kind of a mess of colors. So it's important to consider like keeping colors close to each other, and if you don't want to do that, I would also consider like color, I don't know if it's color theory or just like color things that you learn in like middle school art classes, where it's like, these are complementary colors, these are contrasting colors, these are this. Those are also really good. But I think if your LPS has a pretty clear accent color and you sort of ignore it, it might look a bit weird. My next tip, and I know this sounds like kind of not a good tip, just hear me out, is just to have a lot of accessories. Now I know it's a lot easier said than done. I know it's like easy as me, somebody who has a lot of LPS clothes, just to say, yeah, just get more. I know it's not that easy, but you can make more. You can buy lots of pets that have like clothes coming with them. I have this old bead container that I filled with LPS clothes, so we got hats, we got headbands, bandages, skirts, bows, scarves, collars, necklaces, glasses, just all these things. And it's just nice to have a bulk, even if there's a lot of them I don't really use. Like how often do I use a carrot costume? I doubt you've ever seen this in a video, but it's just nice to have stuff there to consider. And if you only buy clothes in colors you like me personally, my favorite color is olive, the color. If I had clothes that were only olive, that does not fit every single pet. So don't ignore something. Like if you're given the opportunity to get a piece of clothing in a color that you don't really have, like if someone offered me this necklace, and I know I have some pink stuff, but pretend I don't. If I didn't have any pink stuff and someone offered me this necklace, I would take it because I wouldn't have any pink stuff, you know? Like just have a variety of colors there. I don't think you need a variety of things. Like, you don't need a bunch of different kinds of hats and a bunch of different kinds of necklaces, but just have a bunch of different colors. I think if you have the same kind of necklace, like these necklaces you kind of see everywhere, if you just had a ton of these, but a bunch of different colors, I think that is far better than having a hat, a necklace, a headband, a bow, and like a shirt thing all in one color. I think it's a lot better to just have variety in colors rather than like actual shape. My next tip is to know your limit. I mean, obviously I'm dressed very modestly here. I didn't use like a whole lot of clothes. I was very conservative in the way I chose things. I just made it look nice. That was my only priority. Seriously though, don't add on too many accessories unless that is within your character. And here's my final tip, like, relating to that. There are exceptions to basically every rule ever, but that is especially true for fashion. Obviously, you can have a character wear a lot of, like, really tacky clothes if that's within their character. They don't have to have things that match. They can wear, like, over the top just a bunch of stuff. Not everybody is really into fashion, but I'm saying if you do have a character that is into fashion or is not, like, over the top weird, you know, then don't have them wearing something very odd. Have them dress normally, have them dress fashionably, something. Hi there, I also want to add really quick that white or black is never really a bad idea because it's always in like the LPS's eyes and it will tie in somehow. I would say the only exception to this is if your LPS is mostly white or mostly black, because then the accessories get lost and it looks like you just kind of have a weirdly shaped pet. Again, there's always an exception to be made here, like if your character like just really embraces the fact that their fur is white or black, like go for it, man. I just thought this video might be helpful because I know in the past I have had just like a couple favorite accessories that I would use on everybody and it wouldn't match everybody, but it's just like, oh, I really like this thing, I'm gonna put it on everyone. I feel like that is especially a pattern that a lot of kids fall into. That is very normal, but I know a lot of kids are also on LPS tube, so there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. If you have any other tips to share in the comments, absolutely share them in the comments. I would love to hear, and I'm sure other people would love to hear. Or if you thought some of my advice was bad, like, hey, no, don't pull from accent colors. You're actually not supposed to pull colors from their accent colors because of this. Let me know. Bye!